In a beautiful desert canyon not too far away, a strange and wonderful thing happened. But then strange and wonderful things always happen in Snack Canyon.
Gosh, it sure is hot.
Penguins? In Snack Canyon? Uh-oh, there goes the car. Aha!
Oh dear, what will we do now? I'm thirsty.
This is a job for Clark Crow. Here goes. Have no fear. The power is here. Gather around. Now let's have some refreshments. I'll take an ice cold Coca-Cola.
I'd like a tab. Sprite, please.
Baby popcorn and candy. There. Is everybody happy? Mm-hmm. Way to go, kid.
Thanks, Mr. Crow. You really saved our day.
Now you join me at the snack bar for your favorite refreshments.
No mother had blessed me with smiles or caresses, or if they had, all my past life was now a blot, a blind vacancy in which I distinguished nothing. From my earliest remembrance I had been as I then was in height and proportion. I had never yet seen a being resembling me, or who claimed any intercourse with me. What was I? The question again recurred, to be answered only with groans. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Now you may be wondering, where did Master Seth get such a big-ass Frankenstein book? Frankenstein is not that long. Well, see, I went to the thrift store and I found this lovely book for $2.85, and it's got Dracula and Frankenstein in it.
Yes.
That's why my Frankenstein book is so big, because there's Dracula in it. Published in 1818, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Changed the literary field, basically invented science fiction.
Indeed.
The story began on some weird trip that she was on with her man, Percy Shelley. It was Percy Shelley, right?
Absolutely, and Lord Byron.
That's
correct.
And his Dr. Polidori.
Mm-hmm.
And that ended up being through different separations the roots of the novel Dracula by Bram Stoker, but it was also the roots of Frankenstein. Mary Shelley, what was she, 19?
I think so.
Was she 19 or was she 17?
She was very young.
She was young.
19.
She was young.
She had a crazy, horrifyingly sad life. I do know that.
It changed the game. It changed the game. There was also a film that changed the game. Years and years later. And that was Frankenstein. Made in 1931 by Universal Pictures, starring Boris Karloff. Beautiful film. One of the greatest films of all time. Spawned a whole shit ton of sequels. We're not going to watch that.
Not tonight.
You think Universal's gonna let some shithead like me have the rights to their movie? Nope. Nope. Sorry, Boris. Nope. We're watching Frankenstein 1910. 1910, which would put it in the running quite possibly, quite probably as first horror film.
Could be.
There's a lot missing. If you've read the book, there's a lot missing. But they pack a lot into 14 minutes. Oh, 14 minutes, by the way.
14 minutes.
I didn't mention. Tonight's a special edition of Movies at the Madhouse. I got so caught up in Frankenstein, I didn't do the introductions. I'm Master Seth, this is Mistress Dandeli, you're in the Madhouse.
Welcome. Welcome to our living room.
So yeah, now that that's over with. Fuck, now I lost my place.
Well, we're doing quiet
1910.
quickies.
Quiet quickies.
Quiet quickies.
We're gonna do quickies occasionally.
Indeed.
You can't go all out every time. Sometimes you have to do a quickie. So tonight we're watching 1910's Frankenstein, 14 minutes long, produced by Thomas Edison, Lightbulb Man.
Yes.
Lightbulb Man, big hand in the super early days of film as well.
He was one of the first people to actually create a movie studio. He created, it was a room quite like just a box, and it didn't have a ceiling at all, so he could catch the natural light. And they were able to move it as they were filming so that they could catch the natural light.
That's so cool. That's fucking cool.
Pretty neat.
You said he made some nudies too, right?
I think one of the first movies he made this, and he made some not quite nudies, but very, very risque for the time. So I love it. It's like horror and early porn. But
well, you know what? Here's the thing. Horror and porn are very special genres. They're never taken seriously. They're never taken seriously. Far more respectable genres of film. Musicals, westerns, they come and they go. Usually they are gone. Sometimes they come back for a minute, but only for a minute. Horror and porn never go away. And that is why they are the foundations of film. Fear and lust, man. They're
big.
They're powerful. They're really powerful. The film stars Charles Ogle as the monster. I'd never heard of him. I'm sure you probably haven't either. But he apparently was in over 300 films, silent films. He might have had trouble with the talkies. I don't know anything about that as far as he's concerned. But there were a lot of silent actors that had trouble
crossing over
when sound became a part of film.
Absolutely.
So, I don't think there's anything else. Was there anything else?
I don't think so. I think we should just get into this amazing Frankenstein.
Well, let's watch it. There was something else, the special effects.
Oh yes, the
but
special
actually,
effects.
we can just talk about those afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to spill no beans. I used to have a board game called Don't Spill the Beans.
I think I remember that.
It had a bucket that was suspended over this thing, and you had to put beans in it. Every time you took a turn, you had to put a certain amount of beans in it, and it would eventually get to the top. And if you were the one who put the bead on that made it tip over and spill,
you're out.
You lost. From the makers of Ants in the Pants. Where you fling those little plastic ants and they try and jump. You try and make them jump into that pair of pants with the red suspenders.
I remember that too.
Okay. Anyway, Frankenstein, 1910. So,
God.
first off, one thing about those silent films, as far as the soundtrack goes, you never know what you're gonna get.
I know, that's
You
true.
know, you never know what you're gonna. You know, when these
It's
movies
true.
played in theaters, they had a live fucking orchestra playing music and shit. You know, so when you get yourself a copy of a silent movie, or you look one up on YouTube, because all silent movies, I'm pretty sure, are public domain now. So like every single one's on YouTube. You never know what the score is gonna be. That being said, this was a beautiful score. I thought it was absolutely. I thought there were pieces of that score that were absolutely lovely. The film was made in 1910. It was thought to be a lost film for years and years. Nobody knew what it was or that it really existed until 1963, when some people found some old copies of a magazine called the Edison Kinetograph. I guess it was a newsletter about his film thing, you know. So, anyway, in the early 60s, I'm sorry, in the early 50s, this guy, his name is this. I don't know if you can read that.
Alois.
I can't. Is it
Detlef.
Alois? Is it Alois? F. Detlef?
Alois.
It looks like a game I'm supposed to play where it's like I gotta make the real name out of... All the letters of the name have been scrambled and I have to make the real name.
I love it. I'm going to say Alois F. Detlef. Detlef.
Okay, cool. That's really elegant, so I'm gonna let you say it from now on.
Okay, Alois F. Detlef.
He bought the film from his mother-in-law, who also collected films. And then I guess in the 60s, when they found those things and expressed interest, he brought it forward. It was shown to an audience, all the shit. In 2010, the University of Geneva gave it a restoration. And, that was what it was. And then in 2016, the Library of Congress gave it another restoration. And I believe it's the same score that the University of Geneva used. I'm not absolutely certain, though. It's a beautiful score.
It is. I love it.
Anyway, I went all these different avenues and ended up in the same goddamn place. It's a beautiful fucking score. The special effects are amazing.
I agree.
You can take your CGI and shove it up your ass. That shit is fucking phenomenal.
1910. It's incredible.
Let's-
It really is.
You want to burn? You want to make a man? I tell you what. Let's get us a dummy. We'll burn it up real slow, and then just shoot the fucking film backwards. A man just becomes goddamn awesome.
It is. He is so terrifying, and yet it's such a heart-wrenching film. Honestly, the special effects are blow my mind. 1910. It's incredible to me.
It's fucking fantastic. You also notice that Frankenstein just kind of grows out of a pot. You know? Let's put a bunch of shit in a goddamn bucket and we'll make ourselves a man. That seems to be what Frankenstein
no
is.
electricity.
No electricity.
No electricity.
Because Edison. Because he didn't want a bad association with electricity. He didn't want people to have a bad association with electricity. Can you imagine living back in a time when you were afraid to put something out because you were like, it might make people not trust electricity?
Right, it's so bizarre. It is. And it's like, it's all done in this box, and yeah, it's wild. But incredible.
There were some gorgeous, gorgeous fucking scenes in that movie. Just beautiful. 1910. 10 years before 10 years before Caligari, 12 years before Nosferatu.
Right? Those long fingers too, and
not to say it's as artistic as Nosferatu or Caligari. It's not. Those are far more artistic films.
I agree.
But
still,
this film is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal.
For 14 minutes?
14 minutes.
Unreal.
I kind of wish it was 18 minutes
I know.
because it just kind of fucking ends.
Well, but the ending itself, even though it's different than anything I've ever seen, and it's very different than the book, it was still really touching and heart-wrenching to me. The fact that he just disappears into his reflection, and then that just disappears. I don't know. It like choked me up, which isn't very hard to do, I guess, if you really knew me, and you'll learn. But it was really touching, and I don't know. The first moment when he sees himself, that is crazy. Yeah. The cinematography and the camera aim, like.
I love that whole sequence with the mirror, with the mirror on the door. I thought that was fucking great.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely amazing. Love it.
Well, Mr. Dandeli, what do you want to watch next week? Or next time?
I don't know. Let's pick.
Well, I tell you what, we got a bowl full of movies sitting right there. I'll be absolutely honest with you. There's well over 150 movie titles in there. And we decided, what the hell are we going to watch? We don't know. You go through this, don't you? With your endless piles of DVDs and VHS tapes or your Netflix subscription or anything, you'll spend more time trying to pick something to watch than actually watching it. So we decided, let's put all these movies in a bowl and grab them. There's movies in there we've seen 100 times. There's movies in there we've never seen.
Yes.
There's movies in there we might
hate.
Oh.
We might hate it.
There's probably a bunch.
You might hate it. I don't know.
All right. Mistress Dandeli.
Okay.
What's it gonna be?
Oh. Okay, I got it. It is The Devil with 7 Faces. That's right. The Devil with 7 Faces. That's
Next time on the Madhouse, The Devil with 7 Faces. I'm pretty damn sure I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Let's do that. We're
excited.
actually gonna watch it before we shoot the episode. You know, we gotta have something to talk. Maybe we shouldn't.
Maybe it should just be raw, completely raw. We've never seen this, neither of us.
Let's do it raw.
Yeah, we'll just watch it with you.
Commando
That's how it'll
that
be.
shit.
Yeah.
Bareback.
We'll just watch it with you. It'll be awesome. Excellent. Till next time.
We are gonna watch the trailer beforehand. I'll be honest with you. We're gonna watch the trailer. In fact, we're like gonna watch it right now as soon as we turn the camera off.
Probably right.
No, absolutely.
We have to.
Absolutely.
We have to. And it's such a good name. The Devil.
The Devil with 7 Faces.
I'm excited. I hope you are. I hope you liked our quiet quickie.
Anyway, here's the trailer for next time's movie. When's it gonna be? I don't know.
Soon.
Good night from the Madhouse.
Una paurosa spirale trascina nel vortice del delitto. Il caldo di un corpo nasconde un allucinante abisso di paura. Il freddo di un revolver nasconde il sadismo, la tortura. I lampi di un gioiello favoloso nascondono un demone a 7 facce, in agguato per uccidere. Lentamente la spirale del delitto trascina giù, in un baratro ove il terrore rimbalza sulle 7 facce di un oscuro demone dall'amplesso mortale.